Das war auch komisch, ja. I hope I got it sorted in a second. Okay, I think now the microphone works at least. But we are very far away from doing this the correct way. That's so annoying. Camera. Wrong camera. Correct camera. Very bad viewing angle. That is way too much. Is it not? Yeah, I think we had something like this. Now, all I need is going to be the chat. And it's not so easy. Oh. Okay, 1 second. So, we do not want that yet. Everything else can be off. Literally sorting my life here. So, where is that chat? I think it might be here. It might be here. Wow. That's how long I haven't been on that PC. No. Away from me. Thank you. Okay, so is this working? Then hi everybody. Hey, I'm Mia. How are you? How's the military going? Are you done yet? Stream looks horrible when it's so bright in the back. I think we take it for now. Anti-cheat coming in the update. I doubt. Oh, in 3 months? Okay. That's good. Then you missed the start of SRO and we're good without you another year. Or are you doing endurance? So what I wanted to do here, to be fair, was A, bit of talking, and B, actually watch this Porsche Esports Super Cup. But their schedule, like the stream they're doing takes like 10 hours. And then they do this influencer race. And that has just started with a sprint race, and then there's another main race, and then they go to the actual serious qualifying and sprint race. So this is in like 1.5 hours or something. So yeah, very far out until they actually do that. Why? I don't get it. Let me quickly check the Porsche channel if I managed to find the correct Porsche channel. New challenge? What do you mean? So, PESC. They don't actually give a schedule, do they? It's just live from 8 CEST. But they're starting not with the actual series, but with the influencer race. And there, I guess that's just not that entertaining, at least for me personally. I don't know. Do you guys watch those influencer races on iRacing? Does anybody do that? I certainly, yeah, I don't know. I don't get anything from those. Mika, I don't think you have to worry about cheats too much, to be fair. Of course, there's occasionally going to be some guy that might do it, but I don't know. Isn't sim racing all about kind of proving to yourself and others that you can actually like drive this thing? I feel it's a bit different than normal gaming. Would take away all the entire enjoyment if someone cheated in sim racing. Not that there aren't people with different joys than I have, but I don't know. I think in the proper competitions, hopefully not a problem. I think. What happened at ESL? Well, I kind of screwed my quali lab, and then I don't know. I got shoved off the track like 3 or 4 times, and each time I got an off track for it. And Rennsport doesn't really differentiate whether or not you gain time or advantages or whatever. If you're off the track, you get a cut. Like iRacing does it, right? With the off-track warnings. Just that iRacing has, what, 17? I don't know how many incidents for the race. Especially in the pro races, much more, right? In Rennsport, I think we had 5 or 6 of those off-tracks. And you get them really easily, especially on Hockenheim. And then I basically had those 6 off-tracks after, what, 4 laps? Or 5? I don't know. And 1 or 2 people were diving left and right for no reason from 20 meters back, and wasn't a lot of fun. And the main thing really is that they schedule this on Easter, and you can't really plan anything for the weekend, right? Because if you advance on the Friday, then you have to drive on Monday as well. So, well, yeah, you got to practice then during the weekend, so you can't really do much else. And yeah, so I couldn't make any plans, and now I didn't make it through to the Monday races. Now I'm sitting here, and that's for like that's true for half the grid, and that's like really, really shit planning outright. There's no better word for that. So yeah, kind of just very disappointing race, where everything that can go bad there kind of comes together. Is not really a thing. Yeah, that wasn't really that great. Anyway, so I was asking this influencer races, like if you want to watch just Twitch TV iRacing, that thing, where they right now just have those invited streamers all doing a streamer series of some sort, but I'm not sure that anybody watches it. I get the idea is kind of to have people that have followers, bring them onto the broadcast or something, and then move on to the pro races so they have more viewers. But does anybody actually watch those streamer races? Yeah, podium would be good. I think next time is Nürburgring again. It went well last time around. I think I felt good there. But I also felt good on Hockenheim yesterday, and then qualifying. I mean, I was probably 2 tenths slower than I should have because of just not driving a particularly good lap. Because you're sitting there for so long, right? We have this one lap qualifying mode where you're like standing in the last sector, and then you wait, and every 10 seconds a car goes onto the qualifying lap, and then I sat there for 2 minutes. And it's very weird to kind of go onto your actual qualifying lap after sitting there cold for a couple minutes, and then kind of you need 2 corners to feel your wheel again. It's very weird. It's hard to explain. And yeah, the first corner already very, very tricky. You have to be super aggressive and take a lot of risk. But then there's the off track, so you dial the wrist back by, I don't know, 1%, and suddenly you're 5 kilometers slower at the apex or something, and then you just don't get properly into the lap. Then your braking point for the next corner isn't exactly right, and then you don't get the slide correct, and then your exit isn't correct, and then you're 1.5 sectors in, and you know you're 3 tenths down already, and there's no way to recover from that. Yeah, and then just go south and south. Is it Barcelona on LFM? I was thinking to go with a Nissan again, to be fair, because that was fun last time around. We did that, so might do that, but only later. Well, I really wanted to watch PESC, but when it's so long to go, I don't really know how to bridge that time. Rough. Oh, Brands is horrible. So Barca is. But yeah, let's oh, you know what I wanted to bring up? How can I get, well, we're gonna make this really, really simple. Is the camera focusing on me? Yeah, it is. I think it is. What I wanted to do was add what do they call this here? Image? No. No. Scene? Text. They call it text, and I was going to do a text. And the text was going to say, does the it looks really good. That is high tech. Background. Can we do background? A little. Can do a little background. What color is the text going to be? A dark red. That's pretty ugly. Maybe a brighter red. Not so sure. Maybe an orange. Non-intrusive orange. No. No, I don't know. No. Your opacity or something? Yeah, that's better. I think that's better. Something like that. 80% and that also 80%. And then we just leave it like that. Just kind of like this. Waiting for the ACC patch. It's alcohol-free beer. Always have to mention that. And here's the proof. Oh, I shouldn't cover it maybe. There we go. There we go. Where's my Spotify? We can always bring up at least some background music, can we? And oh, I need to tell what's my default audio thing? This one, I think. Yeah, probably a bit loud, is it? I'll turn it down a bit. Probably like something like this. Or actually, no, we make it higher here. But we're gonna turn it down in Spotify itself. That's better. More of a background music, right? I am fairly certain. I mean, the update. Let's talk a bit about that. I mean, we don't know much, but yeah. I mean, the entire. It's sort of differently. I feel, or I would say, what Kunos is they're a tech company, right? And their tech is how you simulate cars on consumer PCs, right? And so when they develop, they keep developing forward, right? Since the days of AC, and before that kind of Netcar, right? And then there was the Ferrari Virtual Academy game in between. All this kind of comes together into what Kunos is, knows, and has. And then there was AC, and then they developed things further, and then on AC they couldn't quite do what they wanted to do, not physics-wise, but like graphics-wise, for example. And then, however, the whole SRO thing came to be, but then they took what they knew at the time, put that in ACC, and during the time that ACC is on the market now, their knowledge keeps developing further, right? They gather information from here, they get info from teams there, and then feedback from drivers a lot, and try to kind of turn that into new values in that game, add values to their modeling, change values in their model. And that's what we get throughout ACC with the various patches that we had. And 1.9, I guess, is not going to be much different. It's just going to be the latest of what they know, how tires work, how cars work, how they can get this to be simulated in the game. So yeah, certainly new patch is going to be a major physics update. And I think R stated probably several times already that's quite the biggest changes they did so far in ACC. So I'm guessing we'll be in for something, and hopefully have very enjoyable cars all around. And yeah, and then a side effect of that should be that setups are again working a little more along the lines of how they would in real life. Always tough one to say, because real life you have different limitations that you have in the game, so you can always do things in the game that you can't do in real life, but at least closer to, yeah, at least closer to what it should be, right? Yeah, can't say too much. We can only think about that, but not really say anything properly before we get our hands on that. Yeah, and then what did they already announce? A couple cars. There was the Ferrari, the Porsche, Lambo Evo 2, something like that. Yeah, so a couple content pieces. I fear the new cars. Like new gen cars, they are always very difficult to implement without upsetting too many balanced stuff in the game, right? It's like when the M4 came out, it was really strong, then it was nerfed a lot, and then it was strong at some point again. Gonna see, we're gonna see. But I'm looking very forward to this, because I have to say I got tired of ACC at some point, because we were just repeating things, right? And there wasn't really any development on our side anymore with the BMW. We just had that car played through, so to say, and then yeah, just kept doing the same tracks, following the same logic. We had the same tire problem and we couldn't solve them, and yeah, we were just repeating things, and I think that became boring a bit. I think Flexstream was good because it was slightly different than what we normally did, but I'm happy that we're going into the SRO season with a new patch and not with an old one where we know already, well, not everything, but quite a lot. And even with a new patch, when it's not quite clear how the car is going to stack up, it's gonna be BOP mess, kinda is always going to be there. It's unavoidable. It's always going to be a thing when you have a simulation that simulates that many aspects. But still, I'm positive for the season, even if the car doesn't turn out to be great, just because we have new things to learn that keep us engaged and where we can wrap our head around again, right? And we start a little from scratch, and then you can fiddle with a lot of stuff. And that, I think, is something what I also currently still miss in Rennsport, where we are just hot lapping, right? We have to fix setups. We have we do 3 tracks, right? And just keeps repeating, and in the practice there's nothing you do except qualifying laps over and over again. All my laps on the game, 11,000 kilometers on the game, are qualifying laps, and it's very taxing mentally to always go against the delta all the time. Every corner you're always trying to find that line or repeat that line, and it's taking away so much from sim racing that makes sim racing really good, I think, right? We do all this stuff because there's this variety, because there's something unknown every race, because there's some extra challenge to face that you don't quite know how it's gonna work out. Let it be a weather variety, or let it be a certain attempt in the setup where you're not quite sure if it's gonna be the smartest choice or whatever, or if you figured it out better than others. Or if it's going to work better with the temperatures or so. And all this preparation thing, all the thoughts that you can put into it, they are taken away currently from the ESL series we're doing, where we're literally just hot lapping. There's nothing we can do settings wise, right? It's figured out, and we're just 5 races into the season, and we all do the same kind of adjusted clutch start, so everybody always has perfect starts, kinda, with very little variety in that. Everybody kind of knows how to drive it. It's just a matter of if you get it done. And I feel that there's like 80% of what sim racing is missing in that. A road car around the track. Yeah, actually, what gave me some fun again was the VR thingy, because I was just sitting in AC in some old Formula 1 car, and I wasn't even driving. I was just moving around and having a look at all the details on the car that you normally can't see unless you move around with a camera, right? But you could just you sit in the cockpit and just lean over and have a look at the tire and the texture detail and all of that. And there's also something interesting to that. So yeah, VR is nice. I'd probably not use it for competition because I'd get lost. Oh, Tobias was AC, not ACC, sorry. Didn't even try ACC, didn't want it to like kind of ruin my settings and have to set up everything again. So I just went with AC. And on AC it was very easy and performance is good and all that. So I didn't really want to get too deep with that. I just wanted to play around a bit and see how it is. Because I liked it on the Sim Expo where I did it once. But that was also in a motion rig, so it was a little more immersive even. Well, they're certainly not going to be OP so that you buy it. I think they're interesting in themselves, even if they're not the fastest. New cars, I mean, new cars are also exciting in real life because there's engineers that try to make something different, make the car better, make real teams buy it. Yeah, they try to make it OP. That's the entire target of building the car. So yeah, that's gonna happen. Cars advance and they're gonna be strong. And then of course ACC follows along the lines of the real BOP. So whatever SRO has figured out that we are going to live with for the time being until it might get too drastic or whatever. Again, I think the whole BOP topic is... it shouldn't be our most concern. I'd be very happy if the game started adhering or being closer setup-wise to actual physics again. Because then I also think it gets better to balance everything when there's a clearer range of setup things that work, when there's no glitches. Then you also, it's very hard to bop around glitches because you don't necessarily get to know them as a developer. So yeah, I think there's a, if the game improves in general with the physics and some glitchy stuff is taken out of the equation, then I'm pretty sure also BOP will become a little easier. But again, I don't think it's the main concern for Kunos, and it's probably shouldn't be the main concern for us, to be honest. I know when you do LFM and you're trying to win there, but who except the top 5 guys really care about it? I think you should really choose a car where you like the behavior. I'm fairly sure the new cars will drive good, else, well, again, they probably wouldn't make them. We'll find out. There's the timer, 11 days and we'll know. Just a bit more waiting. So, how far is iRacing? Okay, they're at least in lap 12 of 22 of the influencer race. You like to look out the windscreen? So you're not an M6 person because you look into the sky rather than the road? So you can only get so close to perfect. Nah, I doubt this whole esports and BOP thing is what they care about for esports. They just don't have the resources for that. It's not their main business. Their business is simulating. And if they can match data from the game with data they get from real life, then they're happy, right? That's lap times as the very rough target, but it's as well top speed, corner speeds, braking distances. Again, also as like on the very surface, what you see in the end. But then also if they get some data around how, I don't know, how the tires heat up, how they wear, how they react to certain condition changes and all that, then if they can match that, then they're going to be happy with what they simulate. And I think that's what they're after in the end, right? They are selling simulation, and the better they can get that done, the more, or the easier is the claim. Say, here, we're doing high-end simulation. Buy it. Herr Nüring, ich habe dich doch schon gesehen vorher. Hallo. Hey. Luca, yeah, I think they're tied a bit to do whatever licenses they have, right? So you can't just... and I think the entirety of ACC is kind of tied to SRO. So they're probably not just going out there implementing any car or so. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I have no clue how long it takes to actually make a track, right? So go there, laser scan it, kind of convert it to something usable on the PC, texture it, and fine-tune whatever you all have to do to it, add all the various grip levels across the track. They're not there from laser scanning, right? You have to do this manually. So yeah, it takes a lot of time, probably months. Yeah, totally, sure. I mean, even iRacing, much bigger, they don't add so many new tracks, right? They do have a lot, sure, but they're on the market for way longer, and they have a, well, we all know, very different business model. And by the way, yeah, what I said earlier with keep the game fresh, right? Keep changing the game, and keep giving people new things to figure out and learn and dive in and that sort of stuff. That's what iRacing does perfect, right? Every 3 months there's a major patch, right? And things change, and people have to investigate and figure out again, and keep diving in again and again, and start from scratch and find out the things that changed. And I think that really is part of what keeps iRacing so alive, is that it constantly evolves, and ACC evolves too, right? They're just not making this as much of a scheduled thing, so to say, right? In iRacing, you always know this is going to change every 3 months, and whatever problem we have right now, if we raise the issue, we know in 3 months they will probably have time to look at that, and then they get some change, and then it doesn't change in the end, but they still get the hope up that something might change and so on. And then Kunos is just, and with ACC, it's just a different model, right? How they earn money with that. So it's not this constantly evolving. Well, it is constantly evolving, but it's not like scheduled evolvement, so to say. Yeah, Jim, right? They don't usually do the laser scan alone, probably. It's probably outsourced by now. But yeah, licenses. I have not worked at a... Maybe at one point I'll have to work for a sim developer to find out how these things work. Would be interesting, to be fair. Maybe that's that. You know what? That's the content that is missing. You know what? I'll speak to ours, and if he ever has free time, I'll ask him to invite me, coming over to Kunos and give me like a tour how they work. I think that would be great content. Yeah, Timo, right? I think that's what keeps people excited about it. And even if you go to, and if you drive, I don't know, your BMW in Barcelona for the 500th time, if there's a new patch, it feels new. Every corner is different again, every acceleration, every braking, right? You have your benchmarks or so, but the turn-in is going to be slightly different, the rotation is slightly different, the car responds slightly different to the throttle, to the brake, to the steering, and your brain, just literally how your brain works, if it gets a new input, it gets happy when it figures it out, right? You get the dopamine rush. And I think that's really, it's probably undervalued, and it's just really important to keep changing things, even if ever so slightly. Well, again, the aggressive setups, I think it's all ours making them. So if he has to do aggressive preset setups for all cars, for all tracks, with every patch, he'd be busy just doing that. And his time is probably better spent actually changing the game to make more sense in the physics department than developing the setup. So yeah, they need new resources. Maybe we can convince him to reach out to a couple people from the community and give them a task with, hey, you gotta do a preset setup that works for 99% of the people. And then we put that in the game. Then you say aggressive preset by McCormick, or you say aggressive preset by, who do we take? Basti Richter or so. Or Deadly Preset by Tortellini. But then again, I mean, in the end, if they hire somebody, that money has to come from somewhere, right? So you'll pay in the end. And you could just as well, for the preset setups, I think it's always CDA is the greatest source, because they're focusing more on the wider range of people. They're not going with the esports setups. They're going with, well, here's something, how the car works, how it's enjoyable to drive. You might lack a tenth or two, but therefore we spend some proper time at doing them. Of course, they won't get all setups right, but I guess the majority has proper work put in them. So that would be something when you want the preset setups. I guess the CDA subscription is the way to go. 10 euros for what, all their setups or so, and five additional euros for the data, all their data on Popometer. Why are Tortellini setups a joke? I think there's also Luke Whitehead setups. I think they were also deadly. You mean just working aggressive preset setups? Yeah, I think they, well, I know RS is doing some aggressive dead setup. Yeah. Well, you know, maybe Martin, maybe we do this. Let's see what Kunos comes up with, or RS comes up with, and then I thought about this already to kind of add a data pack for each car to Popometer, not on, like, and then I mean, we're sorting by cars and tracks, right? But I wouldn't sort by tracks. I would add a track that's called like preset or baseline setup or something. And then we make a high downforce, low downforce, medium downforce one or so. And then you just buy that. Obviously, there can't be any data to it because baseline is not a track. But yeah, that would be an option for each car to have like 3 default setups. High downforce, mid, low. And you could also be sorted with that. Or just make it a pack, period. Low, mid, high downforce, 3 packs. Or 1 pack, 3 setups. New cars paid? Anders, what do you mean? Skid pad? For testing or for what? Drifting this, and we'll see later. Well, I mean, it takes time and resources to put the car into the game, right? I think it's... Again, we spoke about it earlier. iRacing charges every month, whether or not there's new content. And you have to pay the content anyway. And with ACC, you only pay the content. So I think that's more than fair. I don't know how much how high the price is, right? But I understand that new content costs more money because they didn't plan to do that content 4 years ago when they put the price of ACC into Steam. So it does make sense, if you ask me. That song is incredibly shit. Let's do another. No, it needs to cost. I think there's no way around that. Update needs, or not the update, but new content needs to cost money. Well, there's always a reason behind that. Not just because they don't tell us the reason doesn't mean there isn't one. Maybe BMW said, you know what, can you put this into the game for us? That would be great. We want to have this car in there. Could you do this for us? Actually, we pay you for it. Maybe that's a route as well. And then say, well, yeah, okay, we give it to free for the people. But then if it's an update like we're getting now with more content, then it makes sense to charge, I guess. What do you mean evolving track conditions? I mean, we kind of have that. It's just that nobody ever starts on green track, right? We always start with optimum conditions already. I mean, what you could always do is start the race on a Friday on the green track. Hey Chris. Ja, Rennsport, ne? War zwischendurch mal gut, dann wieder nicht so. Im Moment ist meine Meinung dazu etwas anders. Well, I think in terms of that, there's a return on investment, right? How much time you invest into making the tire have different grip levels and how the grip changes with dirt accumulation and how quickly that goes and blah blah blah, to how much there is actually going to be in terms of how it feels. ACC does have dirt and there's marbles, but yeah, we're hardly driving on them, and it seems the impact all that has is too small to actually be noticeable. But I get what you mean. There could be a bigger dynamic. But yeah, dynamic also means more calculations end of the day, right? And if we're speaking about this whole completely dynamic track like R Factor has it, then this is also causing huge problems. I think when they were driving the Nordschleife race in the Le Mans Virtual Series, during the qualifying, it took like 10 minutes for the real road to actually load and sync with all the clients, because there's, I don't know, so it's so complex. I don't know the detail, it's so complex. It kind of takes time and seems to be hard to do to get all the data synced across all cars, all clients, and then the server crashed. So this real road is all nice, but it doesn't, well, it brings other issues, right? It makes the game perform less good and potentially not at all. And I think with ACC it just seems to be a good middle ground of what they can achieve with the team size they have, with the money, the game costs, etc., right? It's the thing, a combination of all the factors involved, that this is what we're getting currently. Maybe AC2 looks different in that regard, who knows? Dominik, was meinst du jetzt? Die LAN oder insgesamt die Serie? Thank you. What's it? Chip, hooray. And they are glimmy rill. Well, yeah, I'd agree it would be great if there was even more variety, but I also do see that it's not that easy to have, right? iRacing is waiting for... People are waiting for rain for I don't know how many years now. And I do get that they want to get this right, and it's a major change to the entire game. So yeah, it takes forever to do that, apparently. Oh, sorry, first that question, then komme ich zurück zu dir, Dominik. So yeah, fix the braking when the rear gets loose. Well, there's various reasons why the rear can get loose. It can be aerodynamics related, it can be brake bias related, it can be just driving related because you're just doing it wrong. Easiest thing would be to brake straight and be gentle as you trail off the brake. Don't be too sudden with everything. Don't throw the car into the corner. So it could just as well be that the oversteer isn't actually caused by the brake, but by something different. And you just notice it during braking because something else happens when you brake that makes the car snap, but it doesn't necessarily mean it's the brake. So it's hard to adjust. It's hard to advise just through chat with that question, really. So, Dominik, wie war das Racing ESL 1? Kann ich Englisch antworten, dass es alle verstehen? Do I have low latency? I have. Yeah, so Dominic was asking about ESL R1, how the racing was. So there's a couple of good things in that game, and there's a couple not so good things in the game that still need development. What is good, I think, is how much contact the game can live with without the cars showing exaggerated response to contact. I think that is actually good. And also online with higher ping, I was scared that it would only be very good on LAN environment and then not so good anymore online. It certainly is less good online, but it's still, I'd say, well, among the games we play, I think it's among the best. It's certainly better than iRacing. It is probably more lenient than ACC, and well, I haven't played Race Room in 2 years, so screw that. It allows too much probably. So yeah, that is good, but racing in that game is incredibly frustrating because the tires, they wear so fast. Like, we have one fast lap and the next lap is already 5/10 slower, then the lap after is another 5/10 slower, and the lap after is another 5/10 slower, and by the end of the race, which is just 10 laps, we're almost 3 seconds slower. And it's very, very difficult to... The car wants to break loose all the time in every situation. You turn in, it wants to break loose. You put the throttle down 1%, it wants to break loose. And you're just trying to balance the rear all the time. And add to that we have quite a bit of downforce loss driving behind other cars and very little slipstream. That you don't see a lot of passes in that because it's outright impossible. And then you add the format to that where you only have the top 6. You just need to be top 6 in the first, well, in the semi-final, in the quarterfinal and the semi-final. And that's where people are happy, right? So the fight is for P6 and 7, but nobody in the top 5 would dare to start a fight because then they lose time and risk not making it in the top 6 in the first place. So we're not seeing a lot of racing. And all that together, the issues we have with actually racing against one another because the downforce loss, too little slipstream, the tires being absolutely... Now, the tire is horrible to drive. That's the correct word for it, I feel, personally. Some people like it. I just don't at all. The tire just feels like, I don't know, plastic, to be fair. It just doesn't have grip. Even though the lap time is there, but it does not feel like you have grip. It's very, very sensitive to losing that grip, and then you just skate about and in a battle or just behind someone when you can't really see. It's so sensitive that yeah, fighting, having a battle is not really possible. So there's things they really do need to change still. Okay. So yeah, overall, positives and negatives, as pretty much everything, I guess. Damage model, no, turned off so far because it's too untested and just a risk to use that. And with the races that we do, where everything is kind of put on the line, it would be really frustrating if you additionally get damage when somebody else drives into your car and ruins all your chances even more than they already do. So kart races from late 90s. I probably watched some, yeah, for sure. Most likely. Glaubst du, dass es groß werden kann wie ACC? Persönlich, gerade im Moment, ist das für mich schwer zu sehen, weil da einfach noch ein paar Dinge nicht so gut funktionieren, wie sie in anderen Spielen funktionieren. Und da müssen sie noch einfach viel arbeiten. Darum kann ich das, also ist schwer zu sagen, wie sich das Spiel noch entwickelt. Ich glaube, das ist in 2 Jahren vielleicht marktreif oder so. Ja, ich finde, da fehlt noch einiges, dass man das vergleichen kann. Und dann haben wir schon AC2 und dann gibt es noch mal einen ganz anderen neuen Competitor auf dem Markt. Darum schwer im Moment. Also ich glaube actually for customers, I think Rennsport right now, you don't have to really watch out for that because it's far away for you to kind of really play that game, I'd say. Apart from any public beta they may do or so, but in general, gonna take a bit. So, kart races, are they developing the physics tire model further? Luca, I do not know. There's, that's probably something we should discuss in Discord, not on stream. There's more to say to that. I have my doubts that they do have the resources to really develop that. Slowdowns annoy you, as never been live race and see only iRacing Gran Turismo thing. In short format feels like it rewards Q too much. Yes, the format rewards Q too much, but I think even if the race was longer, passing would just get even more difficult because the tire just gets worse and worse and worse. I think I need to try at some point to drive the tire a full hour and see if there's anything left of it, and we do GT4 times. I have not played. Well, I installed BeamNG once, did fucked about for 5 minutes and then left it again. I think just another sim doing some things, but I'm like, it's not interesting for me because there's no organized racing as such, and it's just too difficult to focus on so many different games. There's barely time to do ACC. Yeah, it's true. I remember the kart races from the late 90s, and with the spec cars, right? That things are more interesting. So what I wanted to do with you guys was actually to do like a watch along a bit with Porsche Esports Super Cup. So I'm just going to put that on screen, but we can keep chatting and talking, of course. So where's my Chrome? I just need to quickly tell Chrome to show that, and then I'll copy over the camera. How's that gonna work? Sorry, I need to grab it from here. Camera, copy. Where's the copy button?
Well, apologies for the technical issues there right then, but it is Sebastian Job who's just provisionally gone on to pole position from Group B.
That's what I wanted to hear.
Himself to the head of the standings. So what will the next drivers do? Well,
is it too loud? Then tell me that I turn it down a bit more.
Right now, we've seen how good a qualifying he has had here in the series the last couple of weeks. Aljuna, could this be yet another pole position?
Campbell, no, we're Sebastian Job Hools hier. Ja, Dominik, das ist, wie gesagt, ne, so, ich glaube, auch niemand bei Kunos hat mit dem Erfolg von ACC so gerechnet, und ich glaube, genauso kann Rennsport da auch scheitern dran. Ich glaube, das ist sehr schwer einzuschätzen, wie das letzten Endes angenommen wird bei den Spielern.
Comes Sanchez then across the line. Does he improve? Does he get to the front? No, he does not. It's 9th place for Sanchez.
Well, contact model, as I said, in Rennsport is good so far. It allows you really to go very rough, like 90s DTM style rough, probably too rough, and people sending it from right to far back because they're not suffering enough. Well, ACC, a simple touch can send you to Narnia. Well, yes, but you have to think that people are kind of sitting very far apart on the world, and it is difficult to get that done. Look at iRacing, and that's why I brought it up as well. You'll see in iRacing that contact model is, well, difficult to say the least. Wait, why is that? That wasn't smart. Why am I so stupido? 1 second, I'll manage. Oh god, my brain.
Qualifying last time out at the Red Bull Ring, he will be looking to hook up a lap here to really recharge his championship fight here.
He is still the only driver in the top 5 in the championship, though, to have not gotten any.
So, reading more chat. You said damage monster. Yeah, we had that. Will I make a setup video once a new update drops? Absolutely. Period. Yes, totally. Once I figured it out. So what kind of work, apart from hours of practice, as team manager that drives the boat? Well, I'm not team manager anymore, luckily, because that was stressful as well. I do like the driving part. Oh yeah, I gotta organize the deliveries, make sure it follows the regulation with the templates, gotta tell the designer your sponsorship requirements, where they need to be placed, and what's, I don't know, general organizational stuff, speak with the leagues on behalf of drivers and team, and I don't think that it's too interesting, to be honest, the organizational part. But yeah, and if you have a team of, well, professional sim racers, then yeah, you have to also motivate them and help them keep going, and take care of themselves, do sports, keep focused. They have very normal life problems as well, but they still need to perform. So at least in Red Bull Racing at the time, we were trying to treat them as athletes as far as you could do that. and help them focus on the sim racing side of things and really be able to perform physically and mentally, for example. Ja, Dominik, wie gesagt, ne, das ist vom Gucken, mag das so sein, aber wenn du, ich glaube, das Problem ist, wenn viele Leute das tatsächlich anfangen zu fahren, gehen die Meinungen auf jeden Fall mindestens mal auseinander. Das ist auch bei uns im Fahrerfeld so, und du siehst ja auch, dass nicht so viel darüber gesprochen wird von den Teilnehmern, und das hat schon seine Gründe. Seb on pole, let's go. Like, he had a rough time last time in what was it, Austria? Because like he was taking care as much as he could, but every time he had contact with somebody else, or rather somebody else had contact with him, and he was trying to just stay out of trouble, he still got the 4X, and then he got a black flag because too many people crashed into him. And it was no fault on his own, but iRacing just doesn't care, and his race was ruined because people drove into him, and that's something where those incident points, they're incredibly painful to handle when you're like an esports driver.
You've got Job, who's trying to get himself back into the championship hunt, and Charlie Collins, who's trying to charge down Jordan Caruso.
Darsh, I think that is a very broad question, I'd say, right? You... hard to answer, I'd say. I mean, you have to drive at the limit, brake as late as possible, trail deep into the corners, keep the car at an angle so it rotates, use all the track. That's going to be very generic. I think what you're looking for is to watch the coaching sessions that I have online on the channel in the member section. There's a lot, like I coach people, right, and then I record it and put it online for others to learn from that. So maybe you want to have a look at that. That you'll come across how to get fast in detail, or the track guide I did for Zolder for the LFM track license track this season. Check that out. That probably tells more about extracting peak performance than I could answer right now, because it needs to be more specific, right? Extracting the performance on a specific track with a specific car, I think, is the challenge. So yeah, it was very rough last time on the Red Bull Ring for Seb, so I'm very happy he's on pole here. Hopefully nobody drives into him.
Realistically, you would say it's those five looking for a championship run now.
I go even further.
Yeah, Glimiro, I think the business side of things is, this is like still in development. Everybody's trying to make it a business. Not everybody is successful with it, because it is tricky, it is difficult, because sim racing just does not have the reach that you need to make it a business. Some streamers have, some content creators have. They have a business model, but sim racing esports is very tough to sell, because in the end nobody watches, right? The stream we're watching right now has 400 live viewers, and I guess the Porsche has another 2,000. So this is probably the most watched series after F1 esports and potentially what else do we have? The one virtual series also, no, but that has very little views, right? So this is probably the most watched esports after F1 esports in sim racing, with maybe combined at YouTube a couple channels, add some POV feeds, right? Sebastian is streaming as well, so we'd have probably maybe 5K people watching, something like that. No, the McLaren has 480 steer lock, not 700, 480.
Unfortunately, we are missing Cooper Webster, who's currently racing in the GB4 Championship at Alton Park, and he couldn't get himself to a sim rig to be able to get himself into this race. So Sebastian Job is pretty much doing it on his own here today. But with 40 seconds to go, Arjuna, try and pick us a winner in the sprint race.
The steering doesn't turn fully. What do you mean fully? Maybe your wheel is just calibrated wrong, but the McLaren certainly has 480 end to end, so 240 in each direction. Le Mans had more? Okay, yeah, maybe the 24, yeah, because Verstappen was driving. If Verstappen isn't driving, I'm fairly sure they have much less viewers. But they also use their big channels, right? Porsche doesn't, so to say, have a big own channel where they could stream it. And when they tried on their YouTube channel with, what, 1.5 million followers or so, it's just not the audience. Okay, start! Uh-oh, Kwanda, good start. He's gonna be side by side at least for turn 1. Already passed, wow. What a lunge. But I think again here in the sprint, I think he's just trying to stay there at the front and bring it home. That's the target. I'm watching for Seb. I don't care about anybody else in this. Outing myself as a fan here. Oh, he has a shot. He has a shot into the chicane. Is he going to take it? Or is he pushing him? Yeah. No, he's pushing him. Oh, come on, camera. Yeah, just trying to get away, I think. Oh wow, the corner looks extremely strong. He's insane amounts of grip out of the corner. Yeah, no chicane, it seems, and well, they do the very simple layout. They leave out half the infield. Oof. Shall I do it louder this stream, or is it fine? Yeah, Job is, well, it took some time to teach him, but I think he got it by now, that it's more important to know when you need to get a position, when not to. Like here, first and foremost, need to score in the first place. It doesn't really matter from which position you do. He's trying to bump draft Zach Campbell as Charlie Collins looks to the outside of the carousel. Round the long way he goes. Oh boy. Job's got that inside now. Does he hold on to second place here? Oof. The answer is yes, and Gustavo Ariel, he is sniffing all the while. He's got no championship to worry about. He's just wanting to get into the top 15 right now. It's wild racing. Okay, I'll leave the volume then.
Yeah, that most recent round of the championship took Gustavo. Oh, Charles Collins! Collins is dropping down the honor. He's in the wall. He's in the wall. Oof, that's what happens when you go side by side in iRacing. That's the pain. That's the pain of iRacing. You go side by side, you die. Very simple. And isn't Charlie Collins in Australia? Am I wrong? Or is Campbell in Australia? So Ardarsh, what you got to do is you take your Logitech G29 and set it up to 900 degrees in the driver, right? In Logitech G-Hub or whatever you're using. And then you go to the game and also set the game to 900 degrees. It just needs to match. That's the important part. And then the McLaren wheel should turn the exact same amount as the wheel in your hands and also reach the 240 each side. Fourth place now can sniff some good points here as well. Jordan Caruso in fifth place ahead of Alessandro Bico. Let's see, side by side, and let's say, do we want to take bets? I say netcode. I say netcode. Oh. Ah, that could have been contact, but it was hard to see. And was Pinto putting his nose in there. Well, we'll see how bad the damage is going to be. He's in 27, so not running last, at least for now. Yeah, Dan Bitts is all the way down in last place at the moment in this race, having had issues on lap number 1. But, wow, this sprint race... To be fair, I guess they were smart to not use the chicane. Because like this, they do get longer straight with more passing. But as I was saying, the 8th place is going to be a key point, and Kevin Nielsen is currently... It would be good if ACC also run, right? They already have the tracks, right? And would be good if we could use different layouts. Would also make things more interesting. Say on Paul Ricard, if we could use all the layouts we want, gets 10 more tracks out of that, just like that, very easily.
Or on Barcelona, just, I mean, just use the old track. We don't need the chicane. We can do the fast right-hander as well. Would have no problem with that whatsoever. There's probably more tracks where you'd have more freedom with what kind of routes you take. Nürburgring, short. Nürburgring, tight chicane. Yeah, right, just, again, just like free extra content. Kinda. Yeah.
Look at this. A gaggle of cars at the front of the field right now, and Ariel's trying to go all the way around Sebastian Job. We've seen in the Porsche Esports Carrera Cup Great Britain, Sebastian Job has had a real sort of refocus in his championship run there, and maybe he's able to take the form from that into the Porsche Tacor Esports Super Cup. We'll have to wait and see. Right now, second place for him behind Zach Campbell. I think if you're Zach Campbell, all you try and do is just get a win and try and...
So who else is driving there? In P17, Oscar Rinne from BS Competition. Zolder Nold, yeah. Beneke in 20th. It's very tough for him to switch games, I think, overnight. Like yesterday he was doing Rennsport and today he has to perform iRacing at the top of his game. Just impossible. Well, I think SRO... No, I think it's less than 200. It's more like 150 or so is the ping they tolerate, right? No, 300 I think is already too much. Really is. It depends if the ping is stable. Then it might... Like, it could work, but it's not nice anymore. 300 is quite a lot. Like, you have to think it takes 3/10 from you to the server, 3/10 back. That's half a second in the void.
Being a top rookie in this series, as race for 8th is still ongoing, and behind them as well, because you got Sanchez, you've got Sam Keiter, Matthias Stuck.
Well, hard to tell again through chat. It's very difficult with this hardware stuff in general when you can't really see what's happening.
I think at the end of the day, though, he's been able to get his feet underneath him, which is so important in a championship like this. He was involved in plenty of the shenanigans in the first half of the season, has lost 25 penalty points so far, which means that even though he only leads the rookie championship by 8 points, the potential...
I hope everybody is smart here in that race at the front and not getting too eager, but knowing, like, Pinto, he's he's not calm. He's gonna take every pass he can get for... while taking the risk. He's ready to die any race.
These drivers just focusing now, and you can see Sebastian Job at the head of your field trying to break the draft there, trying to break the slipstream from Zach Campbell. You're not really going to be able to do that around here, and with how even the drivers are matched in this championship, it really does show with trying to run in these packs. There you see those live championship points as things stand right
Oh,
now.
which number is Seb? 22. Look how far off he is, damn it. But 70? That's still possible. They didn't do too many races yet.
He is trying to hang on to that race lead as Pinto's looking to the inside as well, as we've got more excitement further back in your pack as well, because Jamie Fluke is...
There's so much more grip on the inside. Nobody has so far got a run on the outside. Maybe Campbell's the first guy now who gets a shot on the outside. I don't like to see that. Side by side in fast corners is horrible with iRacing netcode. It's gonna go wrong. Yeah, he's leaving a lot of space. He knows.
Conversation that we were having about when you should go, how long you should wait to try and make a move, I think, at a track, at this particular track. It's a very different situation, and Job has been able to hold the point, but it's not come without its fair share of risk as well. Caruso looks thinking back and forth.
What a train of wild people. They're all gonna... There's going to be a crash, I'm fairly sure.
Yeah, I think if you're involved in a bit of a pack right now, you've got to be careful and you've got to be wary of...
True, Donald. Good factor, actually, yeah. Like, I know Seb was trying to take care with some people in particular, because they are known to be absolute dickheads in the race.
all the way up to the bus
You're right.
up over that
Like,
bump.
same as an ACC with Ogorodnikov, right? You just leave the door open, let him die on his own.
Turn number 5 here.
Not interested.
Corner, although the drivers only really think of it as a 4-turn corner, don't four-turn.
In iRacing, the thing is, if you have bad ping, the netcode is usually on your side. You crash others out, but they don't crash you out. It was the same thing when, like, with all the Australians, like they never get the contact, but the other cars do.
2 to go at the line now. Sebastian Job does feel most at threat right now. If you're Pinto, this is where you need to make the move forward for the win.
Gustavo Ariel,
Yeah, let's see if the Wild West breaks loose in a lap.
wasn't able to support Gustavo in the
Remember, there's like also reverse grid in this. So if you finish first now, I think you're starting 8th in the main race.
Giassi got his start was from Simracing, giving him an opportunity.
Ooh, already touching.
Fighting for Diogo Pinto almost had the championship flash before his eyes with contact with Zach Campbell. The Georgian looking around the outside of Sebastian Job.
Ooh, no grip on the outside.
Oh, he's run too far wide. There's Campbell.
And loses 3 positions just from going slightly wide. That's what you meant with a more dynamic track, right? It's absolutely devastating. Go off the line a tiny bit and come back 3 positions down.
Has got last year's champion Diogo Pinto right behind him. The car with the number 1. He's looking
Still 1 lap for Seb, still 1 lap, and it's Pinto behind now. I'm not too positive about it, to be fair.
here comes Caruso maybe looking to the inside. No, not for the time being.
Oh, he is close. He's gonna have a run, and he has the guy behind is a little further away. So maybe he's too close already. He can't build the speed advantage. Could be, yeah, could be that he's not going to be fast enough to make it. Oh, of course! Pinto, it was, I told you Pinto is gonna drive into him. It was so clear, and this time he paid for it.
Ariel, Gustavo Ariel.
Absolute, it was, that's what we said earlier. Some people are just known for this shit.
Job's been hung out to dry.
Absolutely crazy.
Zach Campbell for the race lead. This is just for the sprint race here in the opening race.
Oh, just bring it home, Seb. P3, P4, don't matter.
It's Ariel, it's Campbell, neck and neck
Fucking
between the
hell.
two of them. Well, we have to switch.
These mad people.
The cameras, but contact between Ariel and Campbell. It's the final corner. There's more contact with Job and Campbell.
Come on. Come on, Seb. Second?
This is in a row.
Oof.
He is a race winner here in the Porsche Tagoya Esports Super Cup. My goodness. What a finish to the race, and it all started on
And
the
it's
back straight.
all down to Pinto. Why does he take that risk? I don't get it. Why does he try to squeeze him on the straight? Just be safe. Why is he just not safe? He's ruining his own championship by crashing on the last lap without any need for that. He could have taken first, second, third, fourth there. No, he decides to go all in and die.
It's Ariel from
Explain that to me. I'll never get it.
Caruso coming through.
Absolutely wild.
Place in the end. That's good for the championship leader with Beaker, Campbell, Brindle
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what his plan is. I don't know.
in pole position for the second race of the evening, and you have to look down at your order at some of those names and you think, my goodness, there's going to be some talking on happen after this event, but well, Arjuna, as we see those results flash upon us.
Let's give us a replay. Come on, we need a replay of that. Yeah, they don't have like live adjudication. They only have post-race penalty points, and then you get a quali ban at some point. So yeah, they are not. Yeah, the penalties are not harsh enough. Yeah.
We had a very good week, and in the last week, and as I said, that round makes me confidence to the next one to push and to do a good quali, and that was my best quali.
Yeah, I don't know if it was the other way around, and I was the team manager, I'd really take him aside and slap him in the face a few times to tell him, are you fucking stupid? Can you not just take a second place for once? Do you have to take extra risk every single time? And he could have just passed on the outside. There was 10 meters on the left, and he keeps going into the other car. Paid the price, rightfully. Fucking annoying. Fucking annoying. Crazy.
Not bad two victors in back-to-back in the Porsche Tag Heuer Sports Free Cup. So
But yeah, let's see how the main race is.
say a big thank you to my
Well, good thing team management was a remote job, so it was only
let's put
chat slaps.
for the future one. Thank you.
How quickly form and momentum can change. Gustavo Ariel now well cemented inside of the top 15, but Paul.
Yes, hey Jopi, yeah, there is real money on the line. I think the prize money for winning this series is $50,000, $50,000 for the first position, and then everybody else gets something too. The total pool I think is $250,000 or so for the season, or even more by now. So yeah, P1 in the series standings gets 50k. I think they also get something per race as well, a tiny bit. So let's see, what does he do? What does he do?
As much the inside as maybe Pinto was expecting, and maybe vice versa. Joe was expecting. Ooh, I'm not okay, not so sure about.
Ooh, we need more cams of that. We need more cams of that, but yeah.
Racing incident, but ultimately, that's not the type of contact we want to see. Pinto able to spin it around, but drops out of the point. And then it was here. Joe getting squeezed. Door open for Zach Campbell to try and take a look.
Yeah, but it wasn't all.
We need more cams still.
Because Ariel and Campbell then were going too wide into the penultimate corner.
Oh yeah, Seb grabbing second here. Oh yeah, good. Oh, that slide tab on the rear. Ooh, that was almost death again. And Campbell loses another two. He lost 3 positions in the last corner. Wild. I need to get a beer. My mouth is dry.
Double the length and also double the wear on the tires. So how much more are they going to be slipping and sliding?
Yeah, you're right, Cedric. Actually, if you crash too often IRL and don't bring the money, then yeah, you'll have to find something else. I'll be right back. Don't go anywhere.
In the virtual paddock after this round of the championship. There we see some of the highlights of what happened in that race, and unfortunate for Kevin Nielsen, he was in a position to get a reverse grid pole, ends up spun around at turn number 1. We had plenty of racing and action at the front. Pinto nearly
Be right there, be right there.
with Campbell a few laps before the end of the race, and then it was that right there, that contact between the two leaders, which then led us to that absolutely sensational finish and back-to-back wins for Gustavo Ariel from Brazil for that TXC Racing by TK team. And well, the drama just kept on coming and coming thick and fast. And well, we've got a 22-lap race coming up for you in just a few seconds time, so do not go anywhere. Make sure you've got yourself a beverage of choice and sit back and enjoy this one, because well, we are gonna have a lot of fun here.
It was empty and I tried to get, I probably did it on the way to the kitchen. Again, there's always a tiny drop left. But by the way, this is not the way I normally eat, but I'm just too lazy to do anything different, so we're having bread and cheese. 2 breaks. I just want to watch the race.
They stayed together all the way through. Luca Violette with son and Charlie Collins. Well, that's a big one for him. Kevin Nielsen, Diogo Pinto, last year's champion, down there on row number 13 with Dambits, and Luca Kita rounding out the 28-car grid. We've got about a minute or so to go here, Arjuna, so well, they've sort of set the stall.
Cheers guys, another alcohol-free wheat beer. Did we show it yet?
To try and contain some of the pace here, but it's Coanda Simsport, VRS Coanda Simsport, to give them the full and proper title, that sits 2nd, 3rd and 4th. Gonna be interested to see how they all
Klar, Martin. Das ist ein Intel i9 12700K und eine 3080 Ti. Das sind ja so die wichtigsten, oder?
Easier said than done. That is for sure. But we are
Oh, we're already ready to go for the main race. Let's go.
race of the evening. As you saw, 22
Yes, I tried the Erding Weiss beer. Like, they sponsor all the marathons here, so you get it a lot after sports events.
set for all the action here in the Porsche Tag Heuer Esports Super Cup.
They say the Erdinger has a
Round number 6, the
very
main race.
common taste that will work for many people.
Brazilian's third
But beer variety is so large.
It's going to be a tall
There's so much else to have.
around this venue at Watkins.
Like the Franziskaner Weissbier, for example, is also really good. So, Sepp on P7. Gonna stay there, I think. Let's hope he's not dying. Oh no. Oh no. No, okay.
Getting a good start from third on the grid up into second at the start of that race. Through the S's for the first time in this main race. He can get incidents happen.
Oh, weird. Like, it's really... I thought it was a famous one, and they'd export that quite a bit. But okay. Okay, that's a lot of weaving.
Aggressive weaving from Sanchez down the back straight. Not wanting to give us
Sepp already in 6th. Let's go.
any of the VRS Quander Esports team, but they are currently 2nd, 3rd, and 5th because Beaker is getting involved in this one.
Lap 1 in the sprint race.
Donald,
The cleanest lap 1 that we've had this season.
I don't know. In the gym during warm-up, I always go like,
It turns out all that we need to do is
I don't know, a minute or two of 10 kph, and then I go to 12 kph for the majority, and then I go to 15 kph for, well, a minute and a bit. So I guess if it was really only 1 kilometer, I could probably go around 4-minute mark. Not for many kilometers, but for 1, I guess.
To move forward in all of this, he'll feel that he could have won that last race. He really will, and he'll be up for trying to get another race victory here today. As Bryn Collins looking to go to the front of your.
Well, the Franziskaner is fine, I think.
This is where having teammates, having compatriots, really does help you out in these types of races.
Maybe even better than the Erdinger, to be fair. Didn't expect we're discussing beer though. Sepp on 5, let's go. I like it.
I'm pretty sure that would be the first pair of siblings that have won at the World Championship level, Paul, although you may know a little bit more about me on that.
It's difficult with 3 undercars ahead. Really tricky.
Yeah, I mean, there have been brothers and siblings racing.
What are you running, Donald? Fuck's sake.
Yeah, so yeah, definitely.
2?
I think there is potentially another brother.
I agree. Adash, I agree.
Races, but I'd have to double check the books, and we haven't got time to do that here at the moment because, well, we're in the middle.
Yeah, like this is, like now it really gets unfair because Coanda has 3 cars there that can push each other and give each other bump draft on the straight.
As I say, not getting too excited in these early stages. There's plenty of racing going to happen in this one. It is very much like a speedway event, is this one. Maybe not super speedway.
Oh, let's see how it goes.
These drivers having the opportunity to get a feel of what it's like to be a part of the Coca-Cola eNASCAR iRacing series.
Just a little bit of a taste as well. That's all the way to the wall for us.
Yeah.
Alexei Nasov tried to get on pass for what was 17th position.
Yeah, what a flex on it. What what a flex. But I like that. I'd like to be on that level, to be fair. I wish I had more time to actually practice that. But I can't run too long distance because my knee starts hurting. I think the years of football didn't really help.
You know, I was racking my brain for the name, and yes, Sturgios was the surname that I couldn't think of. I knew there was something.
What I'm eating, well, this is not really a good example of what I'm eating. It's just a baguette with cheese because I was too lazy to do something and the race was already starting, so I just grabbed the first thing in the kitchen.
We've got drivers who have dropped Luke is all the way back.
I guess they don't get enough off tracks there, or they have enough off tracks to use to take the off track there every lap. I don't know. One of the two things. Either there isn't a track limit, or they don't get, or they have enough off tracks to use.
Yeah, and unfortunately, Quintin Violate, I think, has to come down to pit lane after being involved in that one with RHG's pretty miserable
Pastry with fillings. Yeah, it's a cheese sandwich pretty much, just kind of not in one piece.
And Violate just struggling to fire on all cylinders. Back at the front, though, it's Campbell and Bryn Collins that now lead 1 and 2 as Sanchez tries to find a way back up to the first or second step of the podium. It's now Bobby Zelensky that might slightly be left by himself with his Coanda Simsport teammates separated from him.
As they go on out of
And what do you think, Tobias?
yeah, Sanchez being involved in that is a little bit of the flying.
Milos, I was gonna drive LFM, but it takes forever here for iRacing to get their races done. But I'll sign up for one afterwards. No matter how long it takes, we'll sign up for one.
Duking it out with them as well. Quintin Violate is in pit road, and he will be done as Jordan Caruso making a move. We just saw in the background of shot. He's making moves on Marina Sarica. In fact, Oscar Mangan has followed his teammate.
Donald, to be fair. So my girlfriend is running marathons as well, much slower, obviously, but for her birthday, I gifted her a proper like assessment of her running style with video analysis and all that. And it was something I would have rather gifted to myself as well. So she also later made that present to me. So I still have the voucher lying around for like a full-blown video analysis of running style and shoe and foot geometry and all that biology to figure out your, I don't know, best to give advice for practices if there's any misalignment of your legs and whatever.
67 points the gap between Jordan Caruso and Charlie Collins. Sebastian Job.
Even if I had the new comment, I wouldn't be able to comment anything on it. Sorry, even if I had the new content, I couldn't comment. So.
Arjuna in the championship.
85 points, the maximum you can take out of any given race meeting, and so Jordan Caruso, if he keeps this consistent label that we put on him,
oh my God.
on his way to the championship, we ride on board, and he's got to be patient here. They're going 3 wide in front. He's not going to get too aggressive. We've seen the onboard look with
locked in there a bit.
The course of the season, even though it's about 6 o'clock in the morning for him. He's calm, he's cool, he's collected. He's not too worried about what's going on in front.
He's just so laid back, isn't he? Oh, close between Biko and Job going through the penultimate corner, even closer again onto corner entry. And here comes Jordan Caruso trying to take advantage.
Oh, this scary racing.
Drivers all over behind, and I think Oscar Mangan is going to have to act as a little bit of a rear gunner for the Altus Esports driver. And the young Australian championship leader is certainly doing his championship a world of good here.
Ah, Toby, yeah. Well, that's good to hear, I guess.
Into the engine cover of Sebastian Job's car in front, neck and neck between the two of them, but they are in danger here.
But yeah, the Aston, they figured it out, right? And it got improved as well from the dev side. What do you mean at my age?
He got very lucky, and then Biko was off on the grass in the final corner. Was lucky not to slide loose.
What do you mean you assumed I'm a good runner and now I'm not, or what is it? There was a lot of potential offenses in your message.
Win, and that is it for the championship hopes. Knowing he's 70 points back with 4 rounds left to go after this, it's after this race that typically we know what the finals are going to be, and right now it's Jordan Caruso sailing away.
Yeah, I don't know how the track limits work here. I need to take a look. But I guess they do. They can extend somewhat, but then they get the off track, and then they can have 21 off tracks per race or something like that. So they have plenty to spend. Something like that.
Changed upside down. Charles Collins and Diogo Pinto are 18th and 19th places right now in this race.
A comfort flex. Comforting the other one.
In the championship, he wants to keep himself in the top 15 to get on qualification, and still changes at the front here because Sanchez has moved ahead of Bryn Collins.
Yeah, this is a tussle that's been going back and forth.
Yeah, I'd like to be quicker, but I don't have enough time to practice.
And again, it's the younger of the Collins on the outside.
4 minutes over 10 kilometers wild.
Back up into second.
I think last year I did 10 kilometers below 50 minutes, right? So, or was it 430, 440 or something like that over 10 kilometers? That was the best I could manage.
And look who is there, Sebastian Job took
Jep in
advantage of
P3, Jep in P3, how?
positions in all of that. He missed ever the opportunity.
And Campbell is gone.
But Zach Campbell has pulled out 1.7 seconds at the front because of all this fighting between these ones. The triple
Yeah,
recovery.
but now it's not 1 versus 3 anymore. They lost 1.
Aspirations of winning
So
this
getting better
race.
here.
They need to start closing up and start working together, but I don't think that's happening right now.
Ooh.
Into the carousel.
Don't take that risk on the outside, Seb.
On lap 10 of this race,
You're up
still
against the
plenty
ping.
of racing to go in this one. Zach Campbell, he's at the front. He'll be looking in his rear view mirror and thinking, oh yes, thank you very much. Keep on fighting, guys.
One driver that's been unable to be so effective is Gustavo Ariel as he sits in
P3 is fine, Seb. P3 is fine. Stay there.
Bit of a touch from Pico. He's going to slide backwards as we come to the end of lap number 10.
Well, let's take in the
We lost one.
sounds of this race and drive on board with Alessandro Bico, who we're on board with right now, and give you a little bit of buzz, full throttle, now on board with Gustavo Ariel.
Yeah, we have no kind of sympathy here. He didn't go forward from the sprint result. Still 8th. And a dive. Well, they didn't work together too well. Oh, someone with a drive-through.
Max Benecke have issues through the penultimate corner. He's dropping down the order. He's down to 14th in this race. He's actually gained places, even if he is in 14th place. That's how bad a day it's been for the Mouse Esports driver. And we've got a car on pit road. That's Matthias Stuckbeck. He has had not the best of days here today.
Yeah, iRacing's AI prediction for how the car moves and all that is makes it really good for TV production, right? Well, AI is a stretch, but yeah. But yeah, their game looks so good from the outside because of how, how the cars are predicted where they're going to be. So instead of the car going over the bump and visually everything reacting, they kind of already predict that the car is going to be going over the bump, and that way they can kind of make it look better. But I think that comes with the trade-off of the netcode. That kind of also predicts where the car might end up, and it might end up in another car, and then there's a ghost contact.
We'll take a look at what happened up the hill to Marciano, who did win the main race in the Porsche Tag Heuer Esports Super Cup Contender Series earlier. It was just coming up over the crest of the hill. It's going to be involving with the number 27 machine as they try and just pinch their way on through. And as much as that Urano Esports wanted to try and
dead.
cut down as tight as possible.
What happened there? Who was it?
Yeah, so in the wall and out of the race for Simone Maria Marciano. A race winner here in this championship.
I don't know how they call it, how they do it exactly, Jopie. But I think that's somewhere around that.
As they carry on, so it is Zach Campbell who is losing the gap at the front here, Arjuna. Zach Campbell will be thinking, I didn't break away enough, and well, Bryn Collins is bringing the rest of the party along with him.
I think he needed upwards of 2 seconds to be able to break away with how the cars and setups are all built. Let's not forget, we've already gone past the 11 laps of the sprint race, and so tires starting to wear out that little bit more now, and he put a decent amount of load on the tires here, given how fast a lot of these corners are, especially that outer loop. So much load thrown onto that left
Okay,
rear.
I'm ready for more action now.
Cars and who are trying to fight their way forward. Let's give a bit of a shout out to Diogo Pinto after being down in 27th after his incident, has clawed his way up double-digit spots to almost get back up into the top 15.
Yeah, 10
yeah, gotcha.
places gained for Pinto right now. Has got the race for 19th going on as well further down in your order. There you see Pinto in the foreground of the shot, trying to make his way past,
I forgot the qualifying. If you go to,
look at the championship points, and it's
was it a 1.9 or something?
all the time here in this race.
Or 1.08 even?
Sebastian Job now second place in the championship with 68 points, but Pinto, it keeps on changing because of Pinto involved in that race with Rene. Is now back to second place, but 67 points.
Yeah, we don't really see lap times here outside of qualifying.
For Jordan Caruso.
Weird.
I don't think we've really seen a championship like this, in that one driver has been able to break away to such a large extent. That was a big old dive from Julian Sonnen down the inside of Tumas Tatala in the heroic esports.
Yeah, I think he's happy right now with nothing happening around him.
Up in such a fascinating way, and again, double top 8 finishes. It might not be the splash.
Well, just that we said it.
For Joe, for Sanchez, as much as they've been fighting, they've not been as consistent as the Alta Esports driver.
Can I draw your attention to Porsche Tag Heuer Esports Super Cup history and the 2021 season, and a certain Josh Rogers who won the championship with a round to go. So we have had a young Australian pull out a bit of a gap.
Dominant.
Yes, he had a dominant season that season, and yeah, we have had it in the past. But I tell you what, this is a real turnout for the books for me, but we expected there to be a real mix-up here.
Yeah, there could be some more information indeed, right? Lap times would be really useful. But then again, everybody here is in a pack 1 or 2 tenths apart, so I guess the lap times won't differ. But yeah, it would still be good to know what they do. But in qualifying, we had 1 benchmark at least.
It's not been their day.
Trying to count how many drivers sit outside of the top 15 but currently run inside of the top 10. I think we have 3 or 4 drivers, and they're going to take big swings. Bryn Collins, Bobby Zelensky. Spa up next is the one that I'm very, very curious about, because I still think that is a pretty crazy sort of a race. It's not dissimilar to this sort of a track. However, it just has a few more technical areas where you will go single file and the drivers will make a bit more of a difference. Here we have, what, 3 or 4 braking zones, and outside...
No, 105, I doubt.
Do you know what? A circuit like this, that this sort of reminds me of a little bit, is a circuit that reminds me a little bit...
Is there a point for fastest lap here? I don't think so.
Well, it is the national...
There's points for qualifying, or?
Silverstone, that reminds me a bit of that. That's a bit of a slipstream festa, but look at that.
Drop in second, let's go. And I think he's close to enough to have slipstream of the car in front.
1 point within the top 15 right now.
And this is going to be such a tough month of April for the likes of Beneka, even some of those other drivers who are on that bubble, because
come on, Sepp, come on.
Racing for them. Beneka was in action.
It's doable.
He's competing here today. We'll be back racing competitively on Monday. He'll be doing that for 3 consecutive weekends. It takes its toll on you. And there are some drivers like Bryn Collins who are able to focus their attention on...
I wonder why he didn't defend that. Maybe,
made it a very difficult 2023.
Yeah, there's a few of the drivers on the grid here who have got that split focus, and
show us, they're side by side still, come on.
The performance
okay, they were.
of those drivers not being able to focus on this series has really affected them for this championship, and it's allowed people like Bryn Collins to get up there and to Sanchez to have
No, I think he's losing points to the others, not actually losing points. But now he's losing points.
The driver who was a championship contender back in 2019.
Oh, and his current teammate, Yuri Kastorp, who I misidentified as a current Oracle Red Bull Racing esports driver. He is an ex-Oracle Red Bull Racing esports driver. Will be gutted to see that. Beneka's just had no luck.
Yes.
To get a lap time in
Go, Sepp, go.
today. Set very, very
Come on.
late in the session. Got tangled up with Kevin Nielsen earlier in the main race, but
They're going to be there by race end.
here in upstate New York.
As we've got action, Johan Half further down your order, and contact between him and Lasse Backers into the wall. Well, it's turning
The game is so sensitive every time someone dies when there's contact.
the order. Lasse Back, I would imagine,
Yeah, Sepp is on it, half a second.
pit road and be saying goodbye to his race here. The two of them, Johan Half and Lasse Back.
So Sepp against 3 undercars, that's really a difficult situation to be in.
Having a good race, that was for 12th place. Diogo Pinto will be happy with that because that moves him up a place into 13th.
I tell you what, poor Lasse Back. He's had 3 top 10 finishes this season, the most of any of the rookies. But with this continued just torrid luck.
So 4 to go means I can sign up for LFM, can I? Oh, sorry guys. Do it like this.
Nielsen back, and then they were joined by Dambits and Stokebeck, who finally has the livery on his car for the second half of the season as well.
The race is 5 minutes, next LFM is in 12.
Let's have a look as Johan Half loses the
I'ma sign up, okay.
Diogo Pinto then, and around the outside comes Julian Cernan as well. Julian had a good round last time out, and we'll be hoping to continue.
I'll take the Nissan.
2 6th place finishes for Julian. A little bit further down in this race, he's gained 10 places as well. Diogo Pinto, 14 places gained now for the champion from last year. So
I have read the rules, blah blah blah. Sign me up.
but here's the thing, Al Junior, I want to point out: just 22 cars running out on track right now.
We did only have 28 that started. We mentioned Cooper Webster's racing in the first round of the GB4 Championship, got a podium earlier today. And also Gianni Vecchio, I think, unfortunately, we may not see for the rest of the season because we talk about bad luck. It's Gianni that's the one that's had absolutely no luck so far. But this is the championship mindset that you need to come from adversity, from the back of the pack, and to climb your way forward to 12. Diogo Pinto at Long Beach was not down and out, but you could tell he was frustrated. A second disappointment has not sent him back. He's looking still to climb to the top 10.
Is Marina Sarica and Salva Talons trying to duke it out for 10th place, and
Done it. Yeah.
ahead of them, the Williams Esports team.
So Sepp is on it, come on. 2 10s. It's gonna be very, very difficult to win that against 3 cars. Yeah.
Through the final corner across the line for another lap in the books. We've got 2 laps to go in this race, and I think that it's going to start picking up at the front of the field because Sebastian Job is just 3 tenths of a second.
Well, Adarsh, the truth is going to be very hard now. But if you're pushing to the limit and do 153s, you're probably pushing way too far and in the wrong direction. That is nothing you can cure with setups. You're like 6 or 7 seconds down, lap time wise. And that is not setup. I think you'll probably need to dive into some fundamentals first.
Tell you, Bryn Collins' best result this season was 4th place in the sprint race at Long Beach. He'll be wanting to improve that.
Oh my god. Please don't take him out. Please don't take him out.
One more lap to go here in this round number 6.
Zolder, yes, Zolder is a tough track because you have to understand how the car bounces and when it has grip and when it doesn't. And then you also need to really feel the track limits there because they're, yeah, definitely not very well visible. Okay, the brawl is on. The brawl is on. Is he pushing him? Oh wow, I thought he was going for the side-by-side, but no, he decided to push him. Okay, he's staying. Okay, he's going for second. Yeah, he's staying second, rather. Okay.
fundamentals, like it's hard to tell from here, but if you're 6 seconds off, you're doing something majorly wrong, right? You're going too fast into the corners, you're braking too late, too early, driving into, I don't know. Yeah, of course he was gonna dive always, and he's losing more positions. No, please. Of course there was a crash. Of course. Where did he finish? 4 or 5. That's so tricky when you're against 3 cars. They can do whatever. But okay, he's there. So Adarsh, there are many fundamentals, and it's hard to tell which one you have and which one you don't, but 6 seconds is probably all of them. A bit of all of them. Start from scratch, do some data comparison, get a coaching if you really struggle and not advancing. Except 7th, how did he go from 2nd to 7th? That's, wow, that's evil, that's brutal. Round out the top 10. Sarika ahead of championship contender Diogo Pinto on a recovery drive into 12th place with Sun in half. Rene and Kita. Yeah.
The drive that he would have wanted.
Whoever's on the inside can do whatever they want because they are not going to suffer. But still, better than dead.
Kevin Nielsen and Sam Keita are the final 2 drivers who finish on the last lap. Thomas Tetela 1 lap down.
Root for an underdog? He was champion 2 seasons ago.
Championship points. 58 points between Caruso and Pinto. Charlie Collins is there with Sanchez, Job, and Zach Campbell's on the
Yeah, but yeah, Puppy Squisher, that's a horrible name, but yeah, that's exactly what happened. They forced him wide, and then someone behind gave him the chance to decide if he wanted to die or not.
Beforehand, we talked about with the Altus guys that we test with, we were like, if it comes down to it, everyone races for themselves, and I think Bryn certainly made that a little bit easier for me trying to race for himself. So that was so much fun. I don't think that could have happened without Bobby and Bryn back there kind of fighting it out. That was so much fun. Car was,
well, it's funny if you're not dying.
I think in the sprint.
Yeah, no, I don't think it is, but that's what the game ultimately comes down to, right? When with a contact model like this, with the penalty points like this, then yeah, this is where people can take opportunities where normally you wouldn't. Oh, we actually have to cut it short there because the LFM time is running, right? It's 5 minutes until service start. Okay, easy. Actually, service starts in 8, so plenty of time.
It's so beneficial to doing that. I mean, I think, for me, I had exams early in the week, so my prep was kind of limited going in. It's the least amount of practice I've ever done for a PESC round, so no, it was fantastic. I think it differs a little bit because it's so racecraft heavy, but it's certainly something to where it's a unique challenge. I think I complained a lot, probably more than anyone, about having this track on the schedule. So
yeah.
No more complaints in my DMs. Got it.
Yes, I signed up for LFM just now, so we're gonna do that. Yes. Okay, I'll go pee quickly. Leave you a second with that interview, and I'll be right back. They're all so young, insane.
It's amazing, to be at the front and not being taken out. Just been lovely, but yeah, it went pretty well, team effort, bringing it home. It's very nice.
I've got to ask, what's the relationship with you and your brother when you're preparing for these races? Is there more incentive because you want to be faster than your brother?
Yeah, I mean, it's like brotherly love and brotherly hate at the same time, We keep pushing each other on, and yeah, there's always that inner brother hatred, which to do the best, to win.
I can tell that you've got plenty of excitement on your side. You still owe Paul Smith a donut, don't you forget, after what happened in January.
I'll have to remember that one.
Yeah, don't worry. I'm sure Paul will make sure he gets the receipts. Congratulations on the podium. We'll see you in a couple of weeks' time.
Cheers, okay, cheers.
final driver from the VRS Coanda stable is Bobby Zelensky. And Bobby, an oval sort of a race, a podium, it must feel a little bit good.
Yeah, this is like as good as I could hope for, honestly. Like, yeah, I'm not very good in this series. I'm a mid-pack guy, but I knew when I was especially hyped to make it back into the series when this was on the schedule, because I got fourth in contender in the main, and I don't know, it's draft racing. It's pretty much all racecraft, and that's what you learn in NASCAR, and that's what I'm good at. So yeah, I had a couple.
Going to be in the series until late in the day. How has it been for you? Splitting your attention, of course, part of the joke.
Apparently I can't eat.
Coca-Cola iRacing competition, and over here in the Porsche Esports Super Cup. What's that been like as a demand on you?
Pastor Celtic. Well, that's your watching. Why you're watching 35? 36-year-old.
But my team knew that. And
okay. Let's go to stream. Where is ACC? Need to find ACC. I haven't properly set up everything, I think. Let's find out. Let's find out. So we don't need that. None of that, really. What's the server ID going to be? Session. There we go. Oh, I'm cold. So now we gotta crank up the volume probably a little. Multiplier. We gotta change the car. Server. Oh, not gonna be there. Actually, let's take the. Where's the Nissan? Where is the Nissan? There is my dear Nissan. We need to change that. Much better. Much better. And that's about all I need. Actually, of course we have the team name as well. Well, what can I say? No, I mean, come on, I can't just put breadcrumbs here into my seat and then sit on it and sweat. What a person would do that. Okay, why did I not select this Nissan now here? Come on, can I be a little smarter than that? Thank you, confirm, there we go. Now we wait for server. Oh man, yeah, I still have the Ducati, but I didn't ride it all year. Because I can't take the dog. Very simple. Where are my gloves? Here are the gloves. I guess that's a compliment. Yeah, the TC8 thing, I think it's a side effect of the current patch. The slip angles, how the tire works. I hope it's gone in the next, and we get to use normal TC again. So how does this look here? This looks proper, if you ask me. So we can deal with that as a... For the stream, I think that's fine.
We will not need any Motec. I'm cold. I hope it gets warm during the race real quick. So how long is it till server opens? It is 0. No, 150. Still 150. Alan, it's always alcohol-free beer on stream. No. It's TC8 in some situations, not all the time. Like out of tight corners, I wouldn't use TC8. More like 3 or 5, sometimes 4. I look older, I take from that. Lum, I don't know. We'll have to wait 11 days and then we'll know. I can't tell you. I mean, TC8 stops all slides, right? So if TC4 or 5 already stopped all slides, what would TC6 do? That doesn't make sense. Again, Adash, you're probably, if you look into setup to gain 6 seconds, it's not going to work. No chance. You need to fix your driving. There's no way around it. Just face the truth early on, else the truth comes harder later. But 6 seconds is the driving, so sit back, relax, think about it. It's gonna take time. It's not wrong. It's all good. Everybody starts slow. There's no way around it. Nobody starts on pace. Nobody. I was easily 6-7 seconds off when I started, so that's perfectly normal. And take your time and figure out what the others are doing, what you're not doing, what you're doing too much or too little. And you're probably screaming while driving, and that's not helping. Why is it the Porsche now? It doesn't make any sense. Why? This game, man. Give me the car! Finally. Yeah, right. It is alcohol free here. Watch. Why are you watching with your... Hello, Dad. Alan's dad. Hello. It's alcohol free. Of course I'm a good example to your son. Oh, I do not have the setup blocker, do I? That is a no-go. Armamentario. Well, actually, who cares here? So it's a bit colder, so we need 3-4 clicks of pressure. 1, 2, 3, 4. 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Because the setup is probably useless after the update, so. But yeah, we want the overlay, I guess, right? Now it's there. Is it in the broadcast too? No. Where is the overlay? Redrive. Overlay. Hello. Refresh. Ah, there is the overlay. Well, let's go then. Is that the right camera? Yep, it's all correct. So let's see how that goes.
Green light, give it all you got.
Don't expect too much, guys. I haven't driven this in ages. If ACC at all, so be nice. Oh boy.
Why do I sit like I'm driving into the ground? Oh my god, that's not the setup I built. That's a Yura Petrishenko. Oh boy, that's oversteering. That's maybe TC2. That's a wild ride. Yeah, the view, yeah, everything is kind of wild here.
Slow car ahead.
Tire temperatures are wild, brake temperatures are wild, pressures are wild. Decent lap around Nürburgring. Well, depends on temperatures, right? Chet, you got this, you know everything. I will drive a bit. Like the qualifying is my practice right now. Oh, need to shift that car.
Yellow flag in sector 3.
That's oversteering. Running into the ground. Maybe I need to do some setup clicks. Wow, that's so slow. Okay, I need to find a second probably, at least. I don't know how Euro drives this. This is nasty. Monka steer. Wow, I'm gonna cramp. This needs so little steering input. Well, I guess special cars need special treatment. I can't breathe.
Yellow flag ahead. Be careful. Got the lane. This has been your crossover.
Trenta squared. Actually, I need to turn down the force feedback. Why is it so high? Why is the force feedback 120 in this car? What the fuck? Explain some things. Okay. Half a second is not impossible, but I need some confidence in this car. Did I make another setup potentially? No. So apparently I did drive this in the past. Wow. 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 There's so many wows, I don't even know where to start. But I'll not change. I'll just not change anything. That's just going to go bad. Let's drive. It's not impossible. It's not impossible. Am I grid 2? No. Yeah, it could use some ground clearance. Back with RST, yeah, that was a different patch as well, right? So let's try TC3. That was just wow. Yeah, the rear has no interest in staying in place.
Yellow flag, be careful there.
Better with higher T's a bit. Yeah, that's more predictable. Okay, 2 laps. Turn. Yes. To drift. Okay, why did... Okay, what? Anyway.
That's a bit more time lying around. Okay, now it counts. Yep, that's gonna work. Come on. It does. Okay, hit the braking.
Yellow flag is up to me.
I take it. Yeah, okay. I think that's good. I didn't have another 10th in it. And yeah. And I'm gonna have at least a Porsche on start finish. Increase rake, soften ARP. Not sure I want more rake here. I think what's gonna be good here is that it's set up for way more fuel. We need 2.8. How many laps is this going to be? 25 minutes, right? 25 times, what's the lap time? 103, 104, 104 maybe? Where am I calculating to? 2,600 seconds. What have I done? Bullshit. 25 times 60 by 104. It's 15 laps. 15 times 2.8. 42 liters. Which means we're taking 50. Brakes 2? No. ABS, TC3, tires. I need fresh set. I need 3 more clicks of pressures. Aero-wise, nah, I'm gonna leave it as is, I think. I'm gonna trust. Trust is better. 47th. You can buy the setup. It's Yura Petrichenko setup. I don't want to spill his setup entirely, so. So if you want that set, go buy it from Yura. He spent time doing it, and it's probably good. Deadly but good. Yeah, hey Pippa, yeah, no, I was not breathing, I felt it. Yeah, definitely not breathing. Not a lot, at least. Yeah, I mean 40, 47, 48, well 50 is good then. No need to stretch things that much. Yeah, I know Pippa, I know, but I guess the setup is useless in 2 weeks. So. 11 days. I didn't have time to set it up. I'm kind of new again to this streaming, I feel.
So let's see if we get all 3 at the start, because nobody bops the Nissan and it has mighty power now.
Going
No,
double
all
file.
good, Toby, all good. Still in my Rennsport starting mode, so I used the clutch, which didn't work. Oh, we're starting in second, right? I think. Yeah. First gear doesn't have any traction.
Green line, go, go, go.
Bye!
Car on the right. Clear on the right. Car on the right. Clear on the right.
Almost had the Porsche, almost. Okay, now we have to fight. Okay, easy, brother, easy. Okay, he's trying to win a championship here. Somebody complain about Ferrari suspension? Come drive the Nissan, it runs into the ground no matter how you set it up. .9 to the Porsche. Let's see how much it is by the end of the straight. Oh, not much less. Well, the other cars have so much downforce, it's insane. Let's hope the gap is big enough. doesn't like snap oversteer. Maybe more TC? Ah, no. I feel the Ferrari is a bit faster. Yes, we have the speed, thankfully. Maybe he isn't actually trying to dive. It's just the turn-in of the Ferrari. It's pinned on ACC now. I really think it's just a Ferrari being that much faster, to be honest. My god, this car is deadly. Now he has no chance to pass as long as I don't make a mistake, I think. Just half a second faster.
longer sense it. But they're gonna be back in no time. Nissan Championship. Had I gotten the Porsche at the start, I think he tried very desperately to stay ahead because he knew if I was ahead, he wouldn't get a shot to get by anytime soon. I think he still believes in it. I don't know, sometimes keeping it tight can help. Not always. Don't think it's a general thing. Tight line might use less tires though. Because you're essentially cornering less with less speed. But it wasn't really on purpose. Catching the Porsche 600s. No, I mean, I have a load cell already that doesn't really need to be non-linear. I'm perfectly fine with the brake linear. I keep finding time. Who knows, maybe Nissan is OP. What now, Mr. Ferrari? Still cashing the Porsche. maybe we do have a chance in the next race. If I have the speed right from the start. Yes, very interesting lines there. Now Honda's through. Oh, they're coming hard now. Let's see what they can do. Car gets better now over time, or me, I don't know. Yeah, Porsche's hard to catch. But if I qualify second or third, then I'd have the Porsche. Just P4 wasn't enough. Now the car has so much torque, you don't really need the first gear. It would just overwhelm the traction control. Second is more than enough power already. This is Armamentario. Even third has more than enough power. average, I'm matching the Porsche, right? No. Yeah, I will do better Q. I will. Now that I know the car again. A bit. This car is so nervous. It's insane. Yeah, we'll try again next race with a better qualifying. Maybe we can steal P1 and then defend it. At least I'm not freezing anymore. Also good we removed the breadcrumbs earlier, because they'd be soaked now.
Okay, I agree. Next time we can use a bit less fuel. Yeah, done. Pretty sure for the next race I'll have that out of my system and we're gonna go a bit faster in queue.
Slow car ahead. Yellow flag ahead. Be careful.
Is Bonga cruising home or is he really slowing down already? I mean, pace-wise, or not by choice. Well, I'm glad he made it into the pits.
He's finished the race. Excellent job, Lee. P2. Bring it back to the pit safely.
I don't know, he probably didn't take the off-track drive-through or something. Maybe just kept going. Okay, let's sign up for another one and make their life very, very miserable. Is it same temperatures? I think. Yeah. Bit warmer. Ah, they have a nice new overlay there. Cool. Very good, very good. This is Armamentario and reminds me of setting up the setup blocker. Where is it? Oh, I haven't set it up. Settings. Here. Setup placeholder address. Copy. And then we enter another web source. Where is it? There. Setup blocker. Okay. 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 And now, where does it have the image folder? No, it doesn't. Where is the image? There is no. Organization, images. No, actually, yeah, I know. Well, they just want one image, really. Start new folder, and then we put a picture in there, or a couple. I hope they're all the same size. Okay, so where's the image folder? Come on, man. Don't be so complicated. Okay. So and that's it. Does it know the folder now? Hmm? Oh, I get it. I get it. I'm dumb. Yep. Get a brain nails. Set up. Is it working? Oh, somewhat. That's alright, usually, isn't it? Does it cycle through the images, or does it just take the first? Promo overlay. Switch to horizontal layout. Ah, okay. Okay, okay, okay. Okay, okay, okay. I think I'm good. Yeah, I was just adding a few dog pictures, just checking if it cycles through, but it always takes the first, so we could, in theory, just already change that by just taking it out. So we can remove the first, and then the next one we're gonna have. Which one is it gonna load? Okay, now it doesn't work anymore. Why? Okay, now it doesn't take the first picture anymore. Very confusing. Open image folder. JPEG, 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 JPEG. There's plenty of images in there now. Doesn't want to take it. Hmm. Okay. Try again. Okay. Huh. JPEG, PNG. Ah, it's okay. It's not. It's checking the file ending, and it's JPG, not JPEG, and then it fucks up already. So if I do JPEG, gonna work. Sadly, it doesn't cycle through. I think it just takes the first. It's a shame. Would be good if it took randomly one. Yes, I know Windows. Thank you. Very nice. I think now it's gonna work. Okay. No. Okay, what is different to before? Doesn't make any sense. Please. Seriously. I don't know why it took this one picture and doesn't take the others. Because it's a PNG. Okay, the others are not PNGs, even though it should be fine with them. It doesn't take them. So, okay, I'll sort that another time, I reckon. Yeah, immediately takes it. Okay, so one's PNG, not JPEG, because things. And if I remove that, aha! Look at that. She looks a bit weird there. Oh, I like this picture so much. Gonna have this one.
Sein Feini, yeah. Yeah, she's ridiculous. Ridiculous. Only word I have for that. But she's in her heat, so she's basically walking backwards currently. It is. She's not here though this weekend. Wow, let me try a real good one. Give me a second. I have a couple really good ones. One sec. Oh. Oh, it's gonna be this one. It's gonna be this one. Where? Oh, this is also very good. This one. We're gonna keep this one for a bit. Wait. There we go. Her name is Senia. Yeah, she uses me. Yeah, very true. Period. She knows exactly how to treat humans. Okay, do I already have to go to the server? Let me see. Nope, still 4.5 minutes. Well, the full name is, I think, Rapo Senior. That's what you get from the shelter, which is Little Fox in Portuguese, where she comes from. But it's too long to yell. So we took the shorter version. Okay, where is the race? We need the race. Wait, are we still? No, what? There we go. I was very confused right now for a second. I thought we were still watching PESC. It doesn't make any sense. Yeah, she's a Podenco. If you Google Podenco Medio or Pequeño, I'm not entirely sure. There's like very big ones, medium ones, small ones. She's probably a mix of something, but the Podenco is very visible, I'd say. Just Google Podenco. There are ones with longer hair, one with shorter hair, like what you get with dogs, right? They don't care if someone is an alien. They treat them all the same. Sources of food. But yeah, she's not very she's not friendly, but she's protective. When someone's ringing or we have visitors, like she's always barking. Nobody's allowed in her flat. She'd still, I mean, she'll bark, but she'll not actually make trouble. And then she stops and at some point comes for petting. Or cuddles. She just needs to warm up with everybody a bit. Let's go one more race. I'll pee again because that's why. A 24-hour stream could be rough because I think we have Rensport on the Friday. Yeah, so 19th comes the update, which is Wednesday. And then on, well, we could do some. And Thursday, and then on Friday we have Rensport, unfortunately. So next week we have Nürburgring again on the 14th. And then on the 21st we have Spa again. Both tracks were good last time around, so I should probably try to get points. Yeah. Come on. Das ist auch gut. Aber es kommt ja wahrscheinlich eh erst am Nachmittag oder so, ne? Das Update. In der Regel ist das zumindest so. How late is it? Oh, it's already going towards midnight. Which kind of tells you that girlfriend is out of town with a dog. Ja, ich denke schon, dass am 19.04. kommt. Das würden sie ja sonst nicht ankündigen, oder? Wait, what just happened?
Green light.
Okay, 2 minutes. P. Okay, don't think we even need to change pressures. Fuel is alright. If anything, I want to change the TC, but I can do that while driving. Brake bias as well was better, higher. Insane that it's so twitchy, because it doesn't really suggest that when you look at the setup. Anyway.
Green light. Give it all you got.
Let's see where we can put it now. And we have another big streamer in the server, Jonathan Clifford.
Mr. Ducale.
Slow car ahead.
So let's see. Let's see. Second lap should be faster. Tires are not there yet. Oh, that's a nasty sun angle. Just about hides the tire markers there on the curb. Race set swings a bit better with the fuel in the back. Guess we'll just do one more in that set. Tires. And P3 is enough. Not for the Hondas. They're far away. Shit. Interesting, now the pressures are a bit too high. So I need a 10th, I can definitely find that, maybe 2 as well. First position, nah. Pressures were too high, why? Interesting, interesting. Oh, brain dead. Nice empty patch of track.
Yellow flag accepted.
Hey Luke. Doing a kind of farewell to 1.8, I'd say. And I need to drive a finished sim for once. Cheers.
Yellow flag, be careful there.
Okay. Yeah, most likely full wing on all, yeah.
Yellow flag accepted.
Even though the straight is quite long, but still there's so many aero-dependent corners. Oh, there's so much time, damn it.
By the way, first and fastest lap.
Okay, overcooked it. Damn!
wheels squeak? You mean, is there something coming from the microphone, or you mean game? It's the pedal, I think. But it should normally filter that out. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what that is, to be fair, because the whole this AI noise filtering, this was so much better a couple versions ago, and now they kind of made it bad. So P3 it is, and I think that was exactly what we were hoping. Oh, Bonga is back. The winner is back. And we're gonna have him at the start. Just the Honda, I think, is going to be very difficult. Given there's a 10th more in it, I'm happy. Let's see if we can get the Honda. Maybe the Honda gets bad balance over the race, something like that. Something. I remember my rear pressures were a bit too low on the last race, so I might change that. Yes, third would be lead, but the Honda also accelerates good. It was just, if there was Porsche and Ferrari, I'd have them. Porsche, I'd have them. Anything, I'd have them, but Honda, I don't know. Enjoy doggo. So, the race setup again. The rear pressures were too low. It's probably because I'm driving more TC than the setup comes with. So that makes sense, at least. And we used fuel load. We had quite a bit left last time around, right? Probably 5 liters. So we can go a bit tight now. 46. Yeah, Joby, that's exactly what I have, NVIDIA broadcast, and it was very, very good in the past, but they kept patching it, and at some point it didn't it lost its 100% noise removal quota, and now it's like 90%. I don't know what happened. Yeah, the setup is on Popometer. It's from Jura Petrishenko. It's a bit edgy, but it can be dealt with, I'd say. New tire set, yeah. And brake bias, I went 2 clicks forward, I think. Yeah, the car is fun. It's just a shame it's a bit slow. A bit. Not very, a bit. I think we should be good.
30 seconds.
Hmm.
20 seconds.
Bobby, we don't have it yet, so... Oh no, the Audi Evo 2. Yeah. It's fine. I made a couple setups for it. It's quite a tolerant car, I'd say.
Stay double file.
How are they still beta? I've used it like 2 years by now. But yeah, I think the more data it's fed, the better it's going to become over time, so it can only get better. Oh, maybe both.
Car on the right. Clear on the right. Car on the right. Clear on the right. Car on the right. Clear on the right.
Oh, he had a wild tank slapper. Okay, stay with a Honda somehow. Means no mistakes allowed. Oh, we might have a chance here. I can feel it. Already. Hey, Luke. The setup could be yours, Luke. It's quite deadly.
Yellow flag acceptable.
So crazy what the turn in the Honda has here is wild. I think it gains a 10th on turn in. Like it just changes direction by 90 degrees in an instant. Looks like a Formula 1 car, to be honest.
No, not Go setup. It's Petrichenko's. I actually can't see the overlay, so I can't really tell. The overlay is only in OBS, not here on my screen. The car is so quick, damn it. Lose pace, I don't know, do something. The turn-in can only be his ping. That looks so absurd how he goes into that corner.
faster. Shit. Yeah, okay. F. Just easily pulls 410s out of me. Hey, Dominic, didn't see. Yeah. More cars need sound like this. I never get this braking right. Half a second. Annoying. Not over yet. Well, he's not gonna have some magic pace drop. Another lonely race. It's a bit effortless for him.
I shouldn't let the Honda behind me believe in it. But I guess they will be able to pass on this race. At least the car rotates on throttle. Pretty bad timing there. I'll read in a second. No, I don't really go to track days. I mean, my car is unsuitable to say the least. Definitely not going to do it with a motorcycle. And other than that, I always find it ridiculously expensive. So I need a car and track. And I don't know, it's not too important to me. Yeah, I leave the sim rig and
it does. I think when ACC came out, I was driving that one. Well, the older version of it, but... Or did they have the 15 and 18 variant in the game from the start? Yeah, I don't know. I mean, you could give the... You can't do too much. You can make the car lighter, and you can give it more power. Both things will lead to even more top speed. God, I'm so bad with this corner, it's insane. Well, just one more lap. Where do I lose the rear tire pressure? I don't get it. Left rear just gets really low over the race. I even added one compared to last one. Or was it that low all the time? Finally got the chicane right once. Will I take 2 P2s in this one? Okay. Poor... Oh, we need to watch the replay. I might have squeezed him a bit there. Damn it, I thought it was very smart going all the way to the left. But damn it, the Porsche's not that slow after all. Oh. Yeah, I wanted to turn in front of the Porsche, but then he had this moment where he got closer again, so I didn't turn in all the way. I didn't want to die, so I left some space. But that also led to
That also led to me going too wide. And then the Honda got alongside. That was really unfortunate. There's nothing against that. Well, you probably shouldn't have. Probably shouldn't have. I'd say there's space on the right still. Yep. What does he do though? Because the car is fine still. Ay. Here we are in the Porsche. Where's the overlay here? Oh, I can get it from this perspective that he goes into there. That makes sense. But now he starts running wide. There you go. He doesn't lift. Because you know he loses the Porsche when he does. Corrected once. Oh. Oh, the curb didn't help. But here. That's the issue with a Porsche and how the setups are. If you go off throttle, the car just over rotates, so he doesn't dare to go off throttle. And then gets the bit of understeer that he can't do anything about now. Keeps steering more, doesn't help. Taps me there. And then he loses the front. Let me check the tires in a second, yeah. Probably a bit more than the front. Shouldn't be too bad. I had TC on 3. Ooh, full lock safe for me, I think. How does that count here? Let's watch from here. One final time. Oh, he changes direction so quickly, it's insane. That looks so brutal. Oh my god. The poor guy. Look at the camera, you're gonna get sick now. That was rough. That was rough. Don't drive Porsche, kids. Don't drive Porsche. Yeah, that's when your rear tires are pointing this way. Unfortunate. Garage. So I will tell you about. Wow. So the tires are lowest on the front is 255. So 2.55 millimeters, and the rear is 2.51 millimeters. So just a 0.004 difference front to rear, not that much, but overall a lot of wear, I think, for 25 minutes. Well, it's a bit of the curb, and that he can't go off throttle in the Porsche. And then I don't know, there's probably some aero at play when cars are so close together. So yeah. Yeah, Glimmy Roll. That is probably would be a better way to do streaming. This whole esports stuff, I tell you, it's hurting stream quality. Like when results really matter, then esports isn't very good for streaming, unfortunately. I try to more, but it's so difficult when you're handling 2 games. And try to build that setup platform further. There's, I don't know, there's not just not a lot of time to do streaming, but I feel I should do more. So go to popometer.io if you haven't already, or become a channel member to watch a lot of coaching sessions and track guides. Very long track guides, very in-depth track guides. And other than that, see you soon. Actually, I might be able to stream tomorrow again, because I'm still alone here over the weekend, so we'll see. Maybe in the evening again, because I'm visiting Grandma over Easter. Giga, yeah. Yes, Jim, makes sense. Why do you think I end the stream? But yeah, I will. So, and it's midnight. Oh my, okay. Have a good one, guys. Enjoyed that. I don't have the ending screen yet, so you're gonna get the starting screen one more time. So, see you in a bit. Oh, and hit that like button, subscribe, whatever those other streamers always tell you. Bye.